Semeli, why are you a saint and the others are monks?
Because they'll have to worship me and do what they're told.
Do you like to encourage a particular type of worship? Or
Just be good at what you do.
good at what you do? You're from a musical background, you have a family that was involved in music.
So I grew up with music.
Mm-hmm.
My father was a musician, so I grew up with a lot of music. I was exposed to a lot of different type of music.
Mm.
And then in later years, I was listening to a lot of more popular music. So
Right.
there's a huge encyclopedia.
Mm.
And I guess subconscious knowledge of music. We're mainly driven by stories, by the story that we want to tell, I think.
Yeah, that's how it. And for a lot of the songs, the texts were written first as poems, and then they were set to music. So it's really about the text rather than just here's a nice tune, let's fit some stupid lyrics on top.
Mm-hmm.
So the lyrics have been very well thought out as poems in their own right, and then have been put to song.
Isn't life varied and diverse?
Well, we write music that we would want to listen to.
Exactly.
We want to listen to more than one genre.
Exactly.
So we write music in more than one genre.
Exactly.
Well, when you've gone into the studio, what's that experience been like?
It's just the natural progression of what we've been doing in rehearsals in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and often the texture is quite open, so the lyrics are set, the melodies set, the harmonies are set, but there wasn't a sort of predefined arrangement that was pre-written. All the musicians were able to make up their own parts, and the entire texture, that affects the texture, and that was very organic and has just grown. And first in live concerts we've tried things out, and whatever worked we've then kept to the studio.
So Arrivederci Bob
It's
is a standalone independent single.
That we produced somewhere else, actually. It's
right.
That's kind of more the popular kind of, side of us.
Mm-hmm.
Because it comes quite easily to write a pop number like that.
Mm-hmm.
The first album that is going to be finished and come out, that's kind of a selection of different genres musically, but in a sense, more or less, there is an arc and there is a story to the whole album, which is mainly about relationships.
When you choose your tracks for your album, are you taking great care in in the order of them?
Of course, yeah. But I don't know if we're reviving the art of album.
I don't think it has fully died, really.
I don't know. I don't care if it's alive or dead.
Yeah.
The main thing is that you listen to a work of art in its entity. It's like if you watch a film, you watch the whole film. You don't watch just 3 scenes.
No.
We're not really a band.
You're not really a band. So what are you?
We're a cause.
And your cause is?
To make good art.
To make good
art.
art.
And to bring entertainment to our audiences.
Right. So are you do you consider yourselves sort of like revolutionaries or the leaders of a vanguard or a movement?
You could say that if you looked at it from the outside. But from the inside, we just want to produce good work. Look at the catalogue of people like the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
Or Mozart, I don't know, They're just busy working and creating. It's a matter of consistency and that you always move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And, people say, oh, you have to find your voice, with what genre you want to, how you want to be known. And I'm saying, well, how about you find your ears?
Mm.
We have our voice.
Mm.
We're messengers. That's what artists are.
Mm-hmm.
They convey messages.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone talks about the industry being this way or that way. I don't know. The priority is to create good work and put it out there for people to hear or see. Mm-hmm. Whichever way is the best way, may that be the way. Mm. So, we're trying not to limit ourselves to one way or another. Yes, we want control to do it as best as possible. Music is the most immediate way to communicate with people. You know what I mean? You hear a song, you either like it immediately or you don't like it. Mm-hmm. We're entertainers, Entertainment is a very underestimated form of art these days. If you look back, in vaudeville times or, even Hollywood back in the day, there was a protocol that the artist had that he has to entertain.
Mm. And
I'm not saying you have to be be a showman, but it's about giving something back to the audience. Okay, Arrivederci Bob is actually, I suppose it's a letter to a friend.
Arrivederci means goodbye in
Goodbye,
Italian.
yes, it means goodbye in Italian. And it's a little, I guess a little private message to say grab yourself by the balls. You can interpret it in any way you want. I'm sure it applies to a lot of people.
So it's actually from life.
Yeah, of course.
From life.
Bob is a metaphor.
Metaphor.
For being any other name, like Haraldur and Gaspar, Andrew.
But
it has a good ring, Arrivederci Bob.
But
And that was the song, that was the lyrics to the song that made me want to find someone to write the music.
So you're grateful to Bob?
Very grateful. I have like, how many albums? I've always been writing, yeah.
What, from a very young age, writing poetry?
I used to write when I was little and my hamster ate my poems.
Really?
So...
Well, no, but the best one. You have something like Arrivederci Bob, which is very broad, it's very catchy. Who are these people? Ooh, suddenly they have all these other songs. We're songwriters, really.
What makes it interesting
We're not a pop band.
Right.
Everything we do is related to work, even if everything is connected to work. Yeah, meaning there's no time to waste on belonging or drifting. I guess one is in the service of something, you know? We're all here to serve something.
And you're serving.
Well, in this instance, I'm serving music.
Right, but you could be serving something
Fish and
else.
chips.
Fish and chips.
We
Most
have a role,
important thing is to.
And the faster we realize what our strengths are and what our role is, the clearer the path. You're much more focused if you know what you're serving and why. It's not about us.